said, where you going with that gun in your hand? I'm going down to shoot my lady. You know I caught her running around with another man. I said I'm going down to shoot my lady. I caught her running around with another man. And that ain't too cool. Hey Joe, I heard you shot your little lady down. You shot her down. Hey Joe, I heard you shot your lady down, down in the ground. Yes, I did. I shot her. I shot her down in the ground. Yes, I did. I shot her. Way down in the ground. I gave her the gun. I shot her. Oh. You go down the Mexico way. You gotta be free now. Ain't no hanging gonna put a noose around me. Put a noose around me. I got to go. I got to go. Where the beat is tough, Memphis, I can't get enough. Oh, and it makes you tremble, and it makes you beat. Gets in your blood, that Memphis beat. Oh, yeah.
All right, welcome back to Studio 26. I missed that show, Memphis Beat. Only lasted 2 seasons on USA Network and got canceled, but nevertheless, a great theme song and lots of good material in there that could have been used a lot longer. Well, anyway, enough of my babbling. It's time for celebrity birthdays on this Wednesday, the 9th day of October, 2013. So without further delay...
Damn it, Jim, what the hell's the matter with you? Other people have birthdays. Why are we treating yours like a funeral?
Bones, I don't want to be lectured.
Ooh, yeah. Very, very many happy reasons.
And before I run down the list of celebrity birthdays, if you're celebrating your birthday today, happy birthday. And you share your birthday with these famous people. They include... How the hell do you pronounce this name? Five-ish Finkel, is that how you pronounce it? I have no idea. From Boston Public and Picket Fences is 91. Manager TV personality Sharon Osbourne is 61, and that's a yes from me. Tony Shalhoub, funny guy, is 60, and Scotty McQuarrie of American Idol is 20. And those are celebrity birthdays for this Wednesday. Now it's time to go back in time for a little segment I like to call Today in History. So gather around, and we're going to pick somebody to go back in time with me, because I don't like to make this journey by myself. And, where is it? I don't believe this. Why am I not seeing it? There's the weather forecast. I think we have a problem here. Hold on just a moment, folks. I did not realize this until now. Please be on that opening page. I don't see it. Okay, well, maybe I won't have Today in History. I remember downloading it, but I think I forgot to upload it. So we're going to kill a little time here, and I'm going to talk my way through this. Don't worry. It'll be okay. We'll figure something out here. Tablet is dead, so I can't read off of that. Let's see, today... Well, where did it go? Okay, check the downloads folder. See if it's in there. Nope, it is not there. Okay, go back to here. Check the production room folder. Click on raw audio. And there it is. I downloaded it to the wrong folder. Okay. Whew. Save my hide on that one. It'll take a little bit because I got to upload it. Then it's got a buffer. So we'll kill a little time here. 45%, 50, 54, 56, 61, 68, 73, 78, 78 and holding, 84, 90, 96, 100%. Okay, we'll have it for you in just a few seconds. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Glad I chose a long birthday cart music to kill time with. Your media is in processing queue. Please wait. As opposed to pick your nose. Please wait. Your media is in processing queue. Please wait. And it is ready. Okay, now go to latest. Click on that. Loading media. And now we're ready. Okay, close that page. And scroll down. See, I kept my cool. And now, have room for one passenger in the time machine. Yes, I know it's a DeLorean, but I have room for one, and it's you, okay? So we'll kill that music and get in, close the door, and turn the time circuits on, and away we go. Okay, let me start the engine. Oh, listen to that baby purr. And on this date in history, for October 9th, 1904, the American Tobacco Company was established. And from that day on, it grew like a cancer. October 9th, 1904. All right. And for the rest of Today in History, we now go to the Associated Press for their overmodulated levels.
October 9th, 1967.
Porque es la naturaleza del imperialismo la que bestializa a los hombres.
Che Guevara, the Latin American guerrilla leader, is executed in Bolivia while trying to spark a revolution. Guevara, who aided Fidel Castro's rise to power in Cuba, remains a global icon to this day. 2001. Letters with a New Jersey postmark that later test positive for anthrax spores are mailed to Capitol Hill. They're addressed to two Democratic senators, Tom Daschle of South Dakota and Patrick Leahy of Vermont. A Senate office building is later closed for months of cleanup, part of the nation's anthrax scare after the September 11th attacks. 1985. Palestinian hijackers who seized the cruise liner Achille Lauro surrender after the ship arrives in Egypt. It marks the end of a hostage ordeal in the Mediterranean that left an American passenger dead. 1975, Andrei Sakharov, the nuclear physicist and human rights advocate in what's then the Soviet Union, wins the Nobel Peace Prize. 2006, North Korea announced it had conducted its first nuclear weapons test, drawing condemnation from around the world. Also that year, internet search giant Google announced it was snapping up YouTube in a $1.65 billion stock deal. And in 1940,
Imagine all the people living life in peace.
John Lennon, one of the Fab Four members of the Beatles, is born in Liverpool, England. Today in history, October 9th. John Belmont, The Associated Press.
With the government partially shut down and America's ability to borrow running out, at least one shred of economic certainty, the White House has now picked its nominee for Federal Reserve boss.
Don't miss the numbers, the news, and Kai's final note. Subscribe to the Marketplace podcast. Find it on iTunes or online at marketplace.org/podcasts.
From 8 p.m. in New York, I'm David Brancaccio with the Marketplace Midday Update. This afternoon, President Obama will nominate Janet Yellen to be the next Federal Reserve chair. If confirmed, she'd be the first woman to hold that position. But with the Fed policy under scrutiny and Washington locked in a budget battle, her Senate confirmation process could get especially interesting. So who is Janet Yellen and what lies ahead at the Fed? Marketplace's Sabri Benishore reports.
As Fed chairs go, Janet Yellen is pretty well prepared. She's been at the Fed on and off for the past 20 years.
She's got just a wealth of experience. She's seen some years that seemed quite prosperous. She's been through the financial crisis, and she's been through the aftermath.
James Wilcox teaches finance at UC Berkeley, where Yellen was his colleague. He says her biggest challenge will be to stimulate the economy to create more jobs.
The recovery's been underway for several years now, but we still have a lot of slack.
At 67, Yellen inherits a Fed that's been trying unconventional ways to remove that slack. She strongly supported Ben Bernanke's policy of pumping trillions of dollars into the economy to promote lending and keep interest rates low. But she'll have the delicate task of turning off the tap and pulling that money back out. Alan Blinder is a former Fed vice chair himself.
A big part of the Fed's exit strategy is how and when to judge that it's time to start withdrawing this liquidity from the banking system.
Pulling back too fast could send interest rates higher and snuff out job growth. Moving too slow could trigger inflation. Critics worry Yellen might err on the side of employment. Kevin Hassett, now at the American Enterprise Institute, was at the Fed when Yellen was a governor there in the early 90s.
There are folks who have a genuine concern that unless you have a real inflation hawk at the Fed, that inflation could spin out of control, as it did, say, in the 70s.
Supporters say she'll act according to her reading of the economy.
Janet is enormously pragmatic. She's not ideological.
Joe Stiglitz is a Nobel Prize-winning economist who taught Yellen at Yale.
She will look at the situation as it exists. Right now, the situation is that we don't face any inflation problems, and the situation is that we face a serious unemployment problem.
The Fed also has to prevent another banking problem. It has new powers to oversee the financial system, and it's an open question how tough Yellen will be in wielding them. Unlike Larry Summers, she's never worked for a Wall Street bank and doesn't have his close ties to the White House. In the end, she could prove more independent as a Fed chair. In New York, I'm Sabri Benishore for Marketplace.
Janet Yellen has always been on everyone's short list, and that was true before former Treasury Secretary Lawrence Summers dropped out of contention. For more, let's check with Gus Fauché, senior economist at PNC Financial Services Group. Gus, good morning.
Good morning.
So if Janet Yellen is confirmed, is this an inflection point for economic policy?
I don't think so. Dr. Yellen would continue the policies that we had under Chairman Bernanke. She's been vice chairman of the Fed. She was president of the San Francisco Fed before that. She's voiced support for Chairman Bernanke's policy. So I think we'd see a continuity in monetary policy. And I think from the market's perspective, that's good news.
Now, we've seen some higher share prices this morning since the nomination news hit. The dollar is stronger against the euro. Is that just noise or maybe a bit of the Yellen effect?
It could be a bit of a bounce in markets from the nomination of Dr. Yellen. That being said, I think what's going on with the government shutdown and even more so the potential breaching the debt limit is going to have a much greater effect on markets.